Alright, so here's my doorbell server. I'm going to pull this guy out of service for a few days, do a little cleanup, reinstall the OS, all kinds of good stuff. So I was fortunate in the way I hooked this up. The keyboard has this extra wire coming out, and that wire runs through this white wire up through the ceiling, up in there where there's a bunch of relays, and those stay picked all the time. Two of them do. The other one is for the button itself. Fortunately, I wired it in such a way that the two wires from the keyboard are part of the keyboard, so the keyboard can't be moved, but it can be unplugged and it'll stay behind. And the power for these relays, which is 12 volts, comes off the system, and I actually rigged up a plug for that, which I'll show you. Yeah, this thing needs to be cleaned. Here is the power cable, and it plugs into this port. I notched out the case and installed that, which is hooked to one of the Molex connectors inside, and this just plugs into that. You see how it's wired into that white wire in the back. Two wires, the green and the white, go off for the keyboard and get hooked to that over the speaker wire looking thing. It's all tied together right back there, and that's it. So we're going to leave this stuff here and put this up on a bench and blow out the dust and see how much current it pulls. Wow, it doesn't even follow the AC 97. It's not even color coded. Sweet. This thing is awesomely old. Love it. Yeah, I just popped the panel but haven't opened it. We're both going to have a look together. Oh, there's a little bit of dust. Let's take a close look in here. Capacitors look good. Pentium 2 with MMX technology. This is a US Robotics 56K modem that handles caller ID. Sound Blaster 16, I believe it is, in there. Dust. Hard drive, I think, is 8 gig. There's a zip drive. Remember those? 100 meg zip drives, so I could read those. 5 1/4 inch floppy, so I could read those. And 3.5 CD-ROM. Fans. There's a fan and another fan in the power supply back there. So let's get the dust out of this. This has 184 mega RAM, I think. We're going to have to see about bumping that up because it just ain't handling it. Okay, I got all the dust out of it. Another little bunny here. Here's the job of hacking in to whatever it was. I used a piece of wire that's black and red, and God only knows where I tied that into in here. I don't even know. I think I shoved it in a Molex connector. It's up in here somewhere. I don't know, but it's hooked up. It goes to this jack, which is... I don't even know how the fuck I put that in there. Maybe it just kind of stuck with friction. But anyway, it's hooked up. Keyboard's in. And let's see, once and for all, how many watts this thing is using and how much I'm killing the planet. Now let's think for a minute, okay? This does not run idle 24 hours a day. It serves many other functions. One, it has an electronic ringer if the phone rings, which is also not as often, but it does other stuff. It plays the background shoutcast stream all the time, 24/7. It also acts as a server for the bunch of flash drives and the USB hub to serve all the digital picture frames. So it does that 24/7 as well. There's some other things. Oh, it's also got a Gmail notifier. So when I get a Gmail message on my Gmail, the whole house goes. So then you really fucking know. So it does that also. And I get emails all fucking day. House is blanging day and night. So let's see, finally, how many watts this actually uses. Now, we'll get a wattage reading right when I turn it on, and then we'll let it boot into Windows and see what it reads once everything settles down. About the same as that other machine. Oh, it's going down. We have post. I think, like I said, this has 184 megaram. Watt meter is reading 74 watts. 73, 74. 192 megaram. That's what I meant to say. IBM Death Star hard drive. It's starting to boot. 70 something watts, went up a little bit. Oh, look, it went down to 40. Oh, wow, look at that. Less than 50 watts. Look at that. Like I said, it's going to flutter around for a bit. But look how much my Doorbell server uses. 50 whole fucking watts. I'm gonna absolutely kill the fucking planet, people. Absolutely kill the fucking planet. Go, everybody, to my video, Old Computers Are Never Obsolete, and check out all the fucking sour beggars in the comments. Oh, you're killing the planet. Oh, I need to go hug a tree. Holy shit, holy shit. All that stuff. Go fuck yourself, all of you assholes. And I even put in the video description, A, to read it, and B, if you're going to mention anything about that, don't. And it's amazing how many people don't read, probably because they don't fucking know how. So anyway, now we're in Windows. Wattage has gone up slightly. Windows is starting up. Welcome. 75 watts or so. I'm going to let it get into Windows and then we'll see where it sits. Still crunching away. It's finishing loading up. Right around that 50 watt mark. Unfucking-believable. And again, once it goes idle, it should be settled down nicely. There you go, folks. About 46, 47 watts. It'll jump around a little bit here and there. Sitting idle as it does. Oh, well, that's because I don't have an Ethernet connected. But didn't make a lick of difference. That's it. Using next to fucking nothing. 40 watts, 46 watts. Killing the planet every fucking second. But anyway, enough ranting on that shit. We gotta throw some RAM into this guy, because 192 is not working. I ain't worried about shutting Windows down. Heh. Okay, 3 sticks of 64 meg each. And go see what kind of RAM I got that'll work. There's a 128. I think this machine maxes out at 384. I found 2 other sticks without looking yet. They're both 64, so that won't help any. Let's see what we got with the 128. Oh, don't like it. Let me fart around with it a bit. Just reseated it. Now it sees it. Okay, that's good. I got some more RAM. Yeah, stop your booting procedure. Stuck another chip in. It also fought me the first time. Should go above 128. I don't know what it'll go to. That's a 64 meg chip. Another 128. It's marked PC133, and I'd rather not use that, but it's here. I don't know if it'll clock down at all. Oh, we got post. We might have 256 now. No, it doesn't like it at all. Okay, we'll keep trying. I might have gotten 256 to work. Maybe. Oh, we're in the big leagues now. Holy shit, look at that. 256. Let's go for 320. I have no other 128 meg chips. I'll power this thing down. Throw another 64 in there. I have a shit ton of 64s. But the problem is getting all this old RAM to work together. Oh, we got post. Maybe. May fucking be. Let's see what the lucky number is this time. Holy shit, won't this be amazing. And if it actually counts up to 320, I'm actually going to let it boot. Even with the 256, it's still another... No, see, now it actually went down. Fucking weird. Let me try some more chips. 3 RAM chips. I just kept playing around with chips till I found some that worked. And we have 320 mega RAM. She's fully loaded. Well, 384 would have been, but I don't have any other 128 chips. I just have old shit laying around. The next trick is those chips have to work. So, you know, the machine's posting. It's got to be able to boot and pass diagnostics. 319. Close enough to 320. Let's see if Windows complains. It's starting to boot. We'll see what happens. While that's booting, I'm going to get back to the sour beggars. Well, that was a lot faster. Well, not yet. In the video, old computers are never obsolete. They think that this is just an old PC running and I should use a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino or a peach pie. I don't need any fucking fruit pies. I got enough trouble with fucking Apple. Okay? I don't need any more fucking fruit in this house. Alright? That's number one. Number two, I had mentioned a million times that there is a lot more proprietary hardware that needs to go. Now, the Raspberry Pi, last I remembered, ran on 5 volts. Well, this shit is 12. Now I need a 12 volt supply. So, we'll have to add that on. This Sound Blaster card down here is the old school one. And it has an amplified output. It's already amplified. So if I get rid of that, then I have to run an amplifier. So now it's a Raspberry Pi, an amplifier, and a separate 12 volt supply for the relays. That's now 3 fucking things plugged in instead of 1. This is getting real efficient, real fucking quick, isn't it? Let's keep going. This is an ISA card. If I went to a newer system, this card won't fit. Then I'd have to run a separate amplifier. That shit's out. Okay. This keyboard, the one that I had modified with the wire on it here for the doorbell button, which runs up to the doorbell button on the house, is, well, it's not AC97, but it is PS2. Now, could I use a USB to PS2 adapter? Maybe, maybe not. And would it work reliably? Fuck knows. So that's proprietary. So far, all these fucks who want me to save energy, well, the shit just isn't adding up. I gotta buy a Raspberry Pi, a 12 volt supply, and an amplifier, and the machine is using about 50 watts. Yep, right around 50 watts. It's not done loading yet, but fuck is this thing going faster. Oh shit, look. This thing is so old. It has that extra 6-pin, which isn't actually seated that well. You see that? Where are you gonna get one of those? I hope this fucking power supply doesn't crap out, because I don't think I have one of those. But, yeah, so, yeah. ISA, that's kind of proprietary nowadays, because it's not around. I mean, it does have PCI, but you won't find an amplified sound card, so that's out. USB to PS2, iffy at best. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. It might work, it might not. But it does look like we have 320 mega RAM. Yeah, there you go. Pentium 2, 299 or 300 megahertz, 320 mega RAM. Beautisilt. Beautisilt. I love it. It fucking works. I'm a little upset about the power supply because if that ever goes, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but it's not as easy as dropping in a replacement machine. The keyboard is wired to the X key. I'd have to run on a Raspberry Pi some other crap to make that interface and play a sound file when the X key is pressed. And it has to work no matter what error messages or other shit pops up on the screen. Winamp does that. That's not gonna run on a fucking Raspberry Pi. Enough with the Raspberry Pis. Shove it in your fucking Pi hole. It's here, it works, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Although I am reinstalling the operating system anyway, so I kind of have to do that. But I have all my information saved, and that's it. So the next step is to run some diagnostics on this and make sure all that RAM is indeed good. And then I will proceed on with that. We're going to end this video here. If there is any problem with the RAM, then I will put that in the video description. But I don't expect there to be. So I'm going to let that chooch, and we'll come back another time with reloading the OS. Don't be a sour beggar. I'm right, you're wrong. I've been doing this shit for too long. How are you going to mess with the wizard beard? How are you going to mess with the fucking wizard beard? Nuh-uh, not happening. I've been doing this shit too fucking long. I don't need to reinvent the wheel or do anything else. Anyway, my blood is fucking boiling now. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell off the fucks in the comments on the other video there. I'll put a link in the description. I always say this shit and then I have to do it. Go do all that stuff, and we'll be back with another time somewhere.